In this video, I want to talk about two special logarithms. I'm going to start with what's known as the common logarithm. Which is log base 10s. When we have a base 10 logarithm, this is known as the common logarithm. And this tends to be written as just log with no base. So if you don't see a base, this is going to mean log base 10. Let's look at this one, log of 10 million. So we're going to set this equal to x and try to solve. We're missing a base here, which tells me that it's base 10. I'm going to raise it to the x power, and that should be equal to 10 million. And since there are 7 zeros here, that would tell me that x is equal to 7. So log of 10 million is equal to 7. I now want to look at log of 0.1. So I'm going to set it equal to x. Once again, I'm missing my base, which tells me it's going to be base 10. To the x power is equal to 0.1. So x in this case is going to be -1, since 10 to the -1 is equal to 0.1. I now want to look at log of 229. And this one is not something that can be solved easily the way we've been doing. If I set it equal to x, I would have 10 to the x power is equal to 229, which is not easy to solve. However, log base 10 can be done on a calculator. Here I have my emulator, and like I said, I want to find log of 229. So we have this button here that says log, and this is the one that we're going to need. And then from there we can just type the number 229 and hit enter, and we have our solution 2.3598. Let's do another one. Here we have log of 0.0216. So let's go back to our calculator and see if we can figure this out. Here's our calculator. Once again, we want to hit this log button. And we wanted to find the log of 0.0216. Hit enter to solve. And we have our solution, -1.6655. So anytime we don't have a base, we know that it's base 10, and then we can use our calculator to evaluate these. I now want to look at my other special logarithm, which is called the natural logarithm. And the natural logarithm is log base e. And this one we tend to write as ln. So ln means base e. So let's look at some examples of this. Here I have ln of e to the 5th. I'm going to set this equal to x. The fact that I use an ln tells me my base is e. I need to raise it to the x power, and that's going to be equal to e to the 5th. So we can see that we should have x equal to 5. If we want to evaluate ln of e, we can set this equal to x. Since we have an ln, we know this is going to be base e. Raised to the x power is equal to e. So in this case, x needs to be equal to 1. If I want to do ln of 87, this time I would have e to the x power equal to 87, which is not as easy to evaluate as my last few examples. And while calculators do evaluate log base 10, they also evaluate log base e. Here's my calculator. Right next to the log button, in this case right below it, I have a button that says ln. And this is my natural log button. We want to take the natural log of 87. So we get 4.466. Let's do one more of these. I want to find ln of pi. So if we go to my calculator, we can hit our ln button. And pi is roughly 3.14159. And we get 1.14 0.45 if we round. So anytime we have an ln, we should know that this is base e.